Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by StrikeForceEnergy.com. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
Bam, 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 bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
Welcome to the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness.
Holy
who is here
shit.
with you?
Who is our Super Bowl guest? Who is that?
Only the most obvious Super Bowl guest.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Super into football.
Jessie Wiseman.
Yeah.
Jessie Wiseman. Yeah.
Obviously. They call me Miss Football sometimes.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard they call you Jessie Football.
Yes.
A lot like Johnny. It's
yes.
It's
a lot
the
after that cute little boy.
Look, if you're going after Ken and Barbie, it'd be Jessie and Johnny football. You know what I'm saying? That's how much you know about football.
Pretty much.
Your football knowledge is unparalleled.
Oh, yeah.
What position did O.J. Simpson play?
Obviously, he played running guy.
Yep. Nailed it. Running
He was the
guy.
running guy, though, wasn't
Yeah. Still is. He's still running to this day. Still running to this day.
Still running to this day.
Welcome to the show, kids. Jared's out of town. I don't know where he's at specifically, but I will say this. Saw him on Instagram today. Supposed to do the show, and he's in some type of international first class seats. It looked like with Alex.
Oh, I saw that.
I was like, are you
got it?
fucking flying to Australia first class? Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
All I know is he said he'll be back next week, but that's it. I don't have any information. If he's taking Alex, he's shooting something.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Matt Best is working on the book right now, diligently. I will be with the boys all next week in Salt Lake City. Wrapping up the book with Matt. We are writing the fuck out of this thing as we speak. So Matthew is hard at it right now, and God bless him. And then Rocco is he'll be here in June, kids. Just right around the corner. You know, just a couple more months until we have our big poppy back. But we're happy to have you, Jables. We're happy to have you tonight.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. You're going to be my sidekick on the spinoff of Drinkin' Bros too, on the Ross Patterson Revolution.
Yeah. So to all the people that were begging, pleading, flooding the airwaves. The
Emails.
I'll be
somebody sent a fucking courier pigeon actually for you.
Yes, they were
asking
more
Jessie.
Woman of 1,000 voices.
Yeah, women of color. Because you're off-white. You're an off-white. You're a tanner woman. So
I do love.
Yeah, we're shaking it up. Breaking glass ceilings. I'm all about diversity.
But it's going to be it's going to be the Ross Patterson
It'll be
Revolution.
a lot of people are asking what it's going to be like. It's going to be a lot like Howard Stern. So you'll be my Robin Quivers,
yes,
and I will be out of control because somebody's got to take over for Stern. He's become a fucking pussy. And that being said, we have another spinoff of Drinkin' Bros called Blackhearted. So everybody can actually go and start downloading that now. That is Evan Hafer and Jared. They are doing a spinoff show together focusing on businesses, in particular veteran businesses. We've also got some celebrities on. So what we're doing with all of these spinoffs is we're trying to give you a show every single day of the week.
Yes.
And
for all the different demographics.
Exactly. Across the board. Yeah. Because I've done a lot of interviews with business owners. People love my one-on-ones that I did with Evan and Rocco and Matt and et cetera. And it was like, all right, why don't we spin that off and open it up to more businesses?
Yeah.
People also like to hear a lot about entertainment, topical shit, and a lot of hardcore political shit. And they're like, Ross, why don't you fucking really go after people and take down people?
Yeah.
And that starts in about 3 weeks. So real excited. We'll have you covered Monday through Friday, kids. That way you never have to go anywhere else. And the Drinkin' Bros stays the same.
Yeah.
Boom. Pounding out 2 episodes a week. Blackhearted, 2 episodes a week. Ross Patterson Revolution, 2 episodes a week. That way you can mix and match and choose. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Ballin'. Nobody's watching TV anymore. Listen to podcasts.
No. And that's absolutely true.
It is absolutely true. You know what else is true? That we got some sponsors who pay for this fucking thing to be on the air.
Really? Still? They pay?
I know. I can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Wow.
Can't believe that we're still on the air after 130 something episodes. But you know how we stay on the air for 130 something episodes? With a little Strike Force energy. Kids, you know, you've heard my speech before. Kick the can, throw the can out the window, keys to the can, do whatever you need to do, but get the fucking can out of your car, get it out of your life, get it out of your mom. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. Get the tastiest, tiniest little tin pouch full of energy you could ever wish for, and then pour that liquid into whatever liquid you choose, be it beer, liqueur, Hennessy. You can pour it into anything. You can pour it into coffees, waters, sodas. I highly recommend soda water. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like
It
I like
turns
a little
it into a little energy drink.
a little club soda.
Yeah.
That's just for kicks. No carbs, no sugars, kids. Anybody out there on a diet? This is the jam for you. Go to strikeforceenergy.com, type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros, you get 20% off. They ship everywhere in the entire world. They have a subscription of the month club, and they got a bottle that pounds out, boom, boom, 100 squirts every time. And we got a subscription that shit's coming to the house. Brand new flavors too. Lemon, grape, orange. They're making America grape again. I love it. Next up, boy, this is actually your new personal fave.
Oh, yes.
Talking about Ghost Bed.
Yes, talking about it.
Ghostbed.com.
Holy shit.
How great is that bed?
Oh my gosh.
Go-
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Ghost Bed
amazing.
sent us a bed. California King.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what to think because it came in a box and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then they were like, look, you just got to take it out of the box and let it unroll. And then the liquid memory or the foam memory will spring to life in a couple hours and it'll be the best bed you ever slept on.
Listen, I've carried a lot of beds up and down stairs. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah.
Moving and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That was the easiest situation that ever happened.
And I was really surprised. Really surprised. One, two, I overslept.
You
And
did.
you know me, I only sleep 4 or 5 hours a
Mhm.
night. The first night we had it, I overslept and was like, oh shit, this is a fucking dope ass bed.
Yeah.
Ghost. So look, I can't say enough great things about Ghost Bed. None of that, they're pillows. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Boy,
Oh my God.
it was a fucking little tiny dream.
They might as well.
It was like sleeping on angels in the outfield. Yeah.
Might as well be made of bacon.
Might as well be made out of Victoria's Secret's wings. That's what they are.
Right.
They're phenomenal, kids. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. Two things about this. You either get $50 off a bed by going there, or they are giving 5 free beds away a month to every single, if you're a veteran or active military, you're allowed to enter and they're giving 5 free away a month. No strings attached. You just throw in your fucking email.
That's the best promo that's ever happened.
That's
I think
ever
that's
gone on
amazing.
our show.
Yeah.
Like they just giving
Mm-hmm.
beds away. And there really is no catch. You're like, oh shit. You go to the landing page, pop up, see a picture of Matt Best, boom, just throw your email in and you're done.
Because you said they're veteran owned or their family,
Their family
was
is.
all in the
Yeah.
military. Okay.
And so some of these beds are specifically made for veterans and shit like that. It's just a fucking dope company, man.
It's so good. It's so good, you guys.
Big fan across the board. Next up, we got Ready Man. Are you ready, man? Yeah, man, I'm ready. All right. How ready are you? If you want to find out if you're fucking ready, go to readyman.com. Readyman.com is the ultimate. I want to say it's a survival site. They give you cards on how to survive. They give you tips on how to survive any single situation. They'll even give you all the products you need to be stocked up. If you're in a fucking snowpocalypse, boom, they'll give you all the cards and the tips for it. If you're in a fucking mudslide, boom, they'll give you the tips for it. Hurricane, all that shit. And it's more than like life tips. It's things that you should carry on you all the time in case of certain emergencies and why. So it's a nice guide to life, so to speak. Go to readyman.com, type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros. You get 20% off. Jeff, I believe it's Jeff Kirkham over there who runs that place, and fucking amazing.
Did
Next-
you love when we saw that mom out? We went to like a birthday party and she was like, I fucking use Ready Man. Hell yeah.
I know.
And she wasn't affiliated at all.
No,
like,
she wasn't.
Even with the show or anything, but she's like, fuck yeah, I do.
I know.
That shit is awesome.
I know.
I was like, oh my God.
Super aggressive about it.
Yeah,
but it's aggressive.
hey.
Like, dude, you're saving lives. Ready Man is saving lives.
Yeah.
Next up, we got warfightertobacco.com. Scott Jansen and the boys. He's asked me not to promote the brand for the last couple of weeks because everybody came to SHOT Show and he was like, dude, the response was so unbelievable for all the Drinkin' Bros fans. Everybody smoked these cigars. They really are some of the greatest cigars, though. And he's like, dude, just tell them I said thank you. And if they wanted to come to the site, great or whatever. And I was like, fuck you, Scott. I'll tell everybody. Go to warfightertobacco.com. Get yourself some cigars. They've also got humidors, and they've got some of the dopest T-shirts ever. A lot of you guys were posting those T-shirts after SHOT Show on our Drinkin' Bros podcast page on Facebook, and everybody was like, Jesus Christ, Ross, you weren't fucking lying. The shirts are awesome. Yes, the shirts are awesome. They sent you some shirts.
Yes, they're awesome.
Fucking great.
They're awesome.
It looks like a picture of Matt Best on the shirt. Like,
it's great.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of those. Go to warfightertobacco.com. They're 100% combat veteran owned. Type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros. You get 10% off of everything in the entire store. Next up, we got straightrazors.com.
Ooh.
Boy, before we even started tonight, we used the Straight Razor. I fucking love this company. They're the #1 rated cologne, aftershave, and shaving products in the US of A.
Yeah.
Just some hardcore, classy ass shit at straightrazors.com.
Oh yeah.
It's like an old school tombstone shave, and it's fucking phenomenal, man.
But really great craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Which I love. So like I love
it's
all
expensive.
that bespoke,
it looks expensive. Like, but you can buy
but it is like it's really well made.
Oh yeah. Like, and it's but you can buy a kit, and they have specialty kits, and they're relatively priced for what you get. Because when I got that thing, I was like, oh shit, this is the fucking real deal.
Oh yeah. The cologne's my new fave on you.
I know.
Just
Big fan of the
saying.
cologne. Big fan of the cologne. Go to straightrazors.com. Be a better man. That's not their slogan, but it should be. Be a better man. Go to straightrazors.com. Type in the promo code DRINK20. That's DRINK20 and get 20% off of everything in the entire store. When you go there and type in that promo code and see how much you save on that shit, you'll be like, oh, fuck, that was totally worth it. DRINK20 at straightrazors.com. Last but not least, we got battlebox.com. That's BATTLBOX.com. The E is silent in BattleBox, kids. Why is that? Because the E is silent in battle. You really don't need it.
Yeah, I never even thought there was one.
No, go to battlebox.com. Look, I know we were talking about the shit with Ready Man of this, the survival list and all that stuff. They have the ultimate survival kits. So if you're going to go, I would pair up readyman.com and battlebox.com. Your whole fucking life is going to be safe.
Yeah.
Battlebox.com's got the dopest shit. Because they have like, some of their boxes have like free knives. There's a free knife of the month club.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They've got like fishing kits, stuff for water purification. Any type of fucking emergency. If the world fucking ended, you literally need everything on their site. It's awesome. And they put out dope ass commercials. I
was just going to say, I saw their commercial. It's like real profesh and super good.
Yeah. We put it on our Instagram, on Drinkin' Bros Podcast Instagram and Drinkin' Bros Facebook page. Fucking awesome. Big fan of battlebox.com. Type in the promo code fuck her in the pussy. The initials of that.
Okay.
So FHRI
TP.
FRITP. Fuck her. FHRITP. There we go. I just say it out loud.
No. FHITP.
Well, no, there
Why
R.
is there
You're missing
R?
the R. Fuck her right in the pussy.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. FH. That's a hard one.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck her right in the pussy. Just type in the initials for fuck her right in the pussy, and then you get 11%
we don't
off.
need to you can figure it out. Believe me, you can figure it out.
% off. FH.
No, not you. They'll figure it out.
RI.
No, they'll figure it out.
TP. Fuck her right in the pussy. Big fan of BattleBox. 11% off. Now that we got the sponsors out of the way, kids, I'm hot. I'm hot tonight.
Ooh, he's coming in hot.
Yep, coming in real hot tonight.
What happened? What's going on?
Boy.
What's going on?
Where do we begin here? Where do we begin? First of all, it's Super Bowl Sunday. So it's the show comes out at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
On Sunday nights and on Wednesday nights.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a big Super Bowl fan, you're listening to the podcast when this comes out. But if you're watching the Super Bowl, maybe you have this on in the background. You're in about the third quarter right now. You're right around halftime. Yeah. Lady Gaga's probably on stage.
Ooh, what do we think?
And I know she's going to protest. Mm-hmm. I know she's going to protest.
Yes.
Boy, I hate to go Rostradamus on people. I hate to do it. I hate to go Rostradamus on people again with the predictions. Mm-hmm. Here's my prediction for Lady Gaga.
Sure.
And this is purely speculation because I actually don't know her and have never met her. So this is pure speculation at this point.
And what we know of her political views and
right.
her outspoken,
Yes, she performed for Hillary Clinton at all of her, 2 or 3 of her rallies, including the night before. She also did the Democratic National Convention and spoke and has been very outspoken.
Has spoken out against Trump many times, but go
many
ahead.
times. So I think because of this travel ban, I think she's going to come out wearing a burqa to start the show at the halftime show. That is my prediction.
Okay. That's
going to be her fucking statement of whatever bullshit anti-Muslim fucking things that, look. And I bet she'll sing maybe, I'll say the first half of a song in a burqa and then rip that off and then get into her usually. Ooh gaga, ooh la, ooh gaga.
Because I told you about it. What I know of it and what I just read a bunch about is that she can't actually make any verbal statements. So it all has to be. It's again. It's what is the organization?
FCC.
Yeah. So as per their rules and what you can get fined for. Also, she might not give a fuck and just get fined. You know what I mean? But they would get fined.
Yeah. Well, typically, so to rewind here, the reason why the FCC even gets involved in shit like this was truthfully from the Super Bowl. Yeah, Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
I understand that. But
now there's a 5-second delay.
Yeah.
On every live event, there's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who broke that rule were CNN for the Women's March, obviously, which that played out real well. Madonna said the word fuck 80 times in that. Yeah. So there should be a 5-second delay on Gaga.
There is, and they're doing everything to protect themselves.
Okay.
In that way.
Because there's a lot of kids watching. On average, just going by the numbers the last couple of years, you're looking about 112, 114 million Americans are watching the Super Bowl. There's about 330 that live in the United States. 1 out of 3 is watching the fucking Super Bowl, and then 1 billion, including around the world.
Yeah.
So, yes, they want to protect their fucking ass against some shit like the Justin Timberlake thing. So I think I don't think she's going to go on a political rant because it would be bad for her brand.
And again, she can't do it.
Well, she can. It depends on what the trigger fingers are like. What
I heard was the window, but they're lip syncing everything.
Right, but there is a window.
There is a window, but it's so short that she may be able to say fuck Trump or something like that. But then with the delay, it won't matter. So really, as far as saying it out loud, she has no place to do it. But what the prediction is some kind of statement, like you said, with the burqa, a tattoo, writing on her boobs. I think like something, you know what I mean?
Is that your guess?
I think she's going to do something like that, like some kind of written on her or like pull off something and it'll be written somewhere.
Okay.
That they can't do the delay. They'll either have to cut the whole song.
Sure.
Like the delay won't matter on it.
Right.
I think she'll find a way around it, is my prediction. But I like the burqa. I wasn't thinking that it would. Like I was like, you're crazy, but now I'm like, no, you're probably right.
I think I'm going to call burqa. And we'll see if I'm right. I'm also going to call the score of this game.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to predict the score of this game.
He hates to go Rostradamus.
I know. I could be wrong on this, and I'll tell you why. Diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to the game. I will be at the game on Sunday. This is the second time in 51 years that we've even gone to the Super Bowl. So I feel like if I miss the one time we won in 51 years, I feel like shit.
And you're going with your like best friend from back in the day.
Yeah, going with one of my best friends, and
awesome.
it'll be awesome time.
Yeah.
But I'm nervous because I love the Falcons so much that it's not just. Usually people go to the Super Bowl for the pageantry. Real fans don't get to go to shit like this because it's too expensive.
Yep.
You have to buy packages or all the shit. And usually it's corporate. It's a bunch of corporate people.
Yeah.
For instance, my uncle used to go to all the Super Bowls. But he was the CEO of Safeway and fucking Woolworths. Not that affected my life because I didn't see any of that money. I didn't see a goddamn cent of that money.
Yeah, I don't know if I've known anyone that like went.
But he went, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, and his favorite, but I will say this, though. His favorite team was the 49ers. And he went, all the games he went to were during the 80s, and like his favorite team was in it every single year. So like.
That's sweet.
I know. It's the greatest time of I'm sure his life.
It's like being a Yankees fan.
Yeah, exactly. I was a kid. I was too young, so I didn't, not that he would have taken me in a million years, but needless to say, he would always talk about how he got to see his favorite team win a Super Bowl and what that was like. And I was like, fuck. Amped to see the Falcons in the big game. I'm going to go with a final score of, this is a big score.
Oh, boy.
Big score. I'm going to say 34-31. 34 to 31.
34 to 31. Do you
Yes.
know what's the spread in Vegas?
The spread is -3 to the Patriots. I'm going 34-31, but on the opposite side. I'm saying the Falcons are going to win.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to say the Falcons are going to win. 34-31 is my score, if you will. And that is what I'm sticking with. But the Patriots are favored by 3 points. But I'm going to say take the over. The over, I believe, is 60, or 58, which is the highest in Super Bowl history.
Okay.
I'm going to say take the over, and I'm going to say take the Falcons plus the points. Because if we do lose, I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to come down to a final. I think the game's going to be close regardless. I think it's going to be a shootout. But ultimately, I think we hang on and win this one.
Can I ask you a hard question?
Go ahead.
What happens if they lose? Like, what do you predict at all? Like, are you going to be devastated? Is it one of those like because you said I want them to win?
I know.
So bad. You're gonna be there. Like, what do you think?
Yes, I will be
pretty bad.
I'll be heartbroken, kind of like this last World Series with the Cubs. If you felt it when they were down 3-1 that it was over. And you were like, oh, shit, this misery is never going to end.
Yeah.
It's the worst of my life. And they came back and started winning. And it was like, even when it got to 3-3, people were panicking trying to buy tickets in Cleveland because it was away from Chicago.
Yeah.
I still didn't think they were going to win. And then they won. And I was like, I found myself rooting for the Cubs. I'm not a Cubs fan. I mean, I love Wrigley Field. I love watching the Cubs play. But the Braves are my favorite team. But even I found myself was just like, oh, my God. Can you please let them fucking win this? Like just once? Like
I love that story though. Like I love a story.
Same here.
So it's like the Falcons. That's
51
the story.
years. We've never won.
That's the story.
We've never won in our franchise history. Patriots are there every fucking year. But I will say this. I think I am good luck.
Okay.
And the reason being is this. When I was in school, went to the Ohio State University. Our fucking arch nemesis was Michigan, obviously, who I still hate to this day with the same fervor and passion.
I know.
Guess who their quarterback was all 4 years when I was at Ohio State?
Oh, boy.
Young man named Tom Brady.
Yes.
You know how many times Tom Brady beats Ohio State when I was in school there? I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you. 0. 0 times.
Oh, you're bringing a lot into this game.
I was at all 4 games. Every time we played Michigan, I was there.
Okay.
He lost every single game. I have not seen Tom Brady play in person until Super Bowl Sunday. So
interesting.
I could be the Brady curse. I could be the Brady curse is what I'm saying.
You're hoping.
Goddamn right I'm hoping.
Nick Palmachano.
I know Nick Palmachano's a big Patriots fan.
Huge.
From Ranger up. But
I feel like you guys are the 2 biggest rivals on the social airwaves
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Like people are tagging you and
I know.
stuff for
I know.
each team.
Because we're the diehards of this team. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to miss your food.
My food?
Yeah, you always have the best food during the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes, I do. I did find a new little jam that I was going to make for you.
I know.
Now listen to what it is.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
It's potato skin pizza in a skillet.
Yeah. So what it is, it's a pizza inside a potato skin, which
So
sounds like the greatest
potato
goddamn thing.
skin- yeah.
Dollop of sour cream. Boom.
Sure. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're going to miss my food.
I know. Well, I'm going to miss you too, obviously.
Oh, gosh. Thank you.
Obviously. But I was at the NFC Championship. And I will say this, I was at the game before to go to the Super Bowl. And
Yes.
it was fucking intense. Like I went with one of my best friends from college, and we were cheering, but it was like that violent cheer of like, we better fucking win this game. Like it was not like we had a blast being there, but it was one of those things where you could tell when the game started, it was not fun being there anymore. It was, let's kill these motherfuckers.
Right.
So that like fun of like, oh my God, we've made it this far was out the window. We wanted to kill those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And luckily we were playing the Green Bay Packers, blew them the fuck out. We were up 28-0 at halftime, and then it just turned into a party.
Yeah.
Usher came out. Fucking every Atlanta star came out. This was the last game of the Georgia Dome. It turned into a fucking party. And the first, second play of the third quarter, boom, 60-yard TD to Julio Jones. And then it was, 35-0. Route was on. Everybody gave zero fucks at that point. People were just singing songs and hugging each other.
Yeah.
Packers fans were leaving.
Yeah.
They were leaving the game 1 minute into the third quarter, and it was amazing.
Who
That was
else
amazing.
was there? What other drinking bro was there?
Oh, it was Nick Palmachano.
Oh, and he left.
We talked about this on the last show.
Oh, okay.
We talked about this on the last show, but he got to see the Falcons offense up close and personal. And was like, oh shit. We hung 45 points on fucking Green Bay, and we didn't play our starters in the fourth, so it was like we could have hung 60.
I saw Morgan Freeman made a hype video about that game.
Oh, Landy.
Yeah.
Oh, Landy Dufresne.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the Atlanta Falcons.
If you haven't seen it.
It's on the Drinkin' Bros podcast fan page. I did a Morgan Freeman narration. I took a GoPro into the game, shot some footage, and narrated it. It's really fucking funny. It's online if you want to check that out. But what's your prediction for the game? What do you got? You watch a lot of football with me.
Yeah, I do.
You played fantasy football for the first time ever this year.
Yes, and I did okay.
You came in second in the league.
I came in second.
You played in the Super Bowl. You came in second.
Yeah. That was a devastating loss, and that's why I don't do it, man.
You only lost by 15. It was a close game.
I always want to be the best.
So who do you got? Falcons, Patriots. What are we going with?
I'm obviously going to say Falcons. I love the story.
Mm-hmm.
I love the whole thing. I don't know if it's going to be a high scoring game though.
Wow. I see, it's funny. Some other people said that because they were like, oh, New England's defense is so good. They're only giving up like 16 points a game.
And everybody wants it so bad. In those situations, you just feel like.
And I understand that. But we went against the Seattle Seahawks, who, in my opinion, had the best defense in the league. And we housed them as well 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And then the other factor is this. A lot of people said, oh, well, you're not facing Tom Brady, Super Bowl winning Tom Brady. And it was like, no, we faced Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl winner last week. And then the week before was Russell Wilson, Super Bowl. Like, been to back-to-back Super Bowls before.
Was somebody injured in the Green Bay?
There was a couple people injured, but they played. They ended up playing.
Okay.
So they were at full strength.
Okay.
We just housed them.
Just housed them.
So I really don't know what to think. If it was a low scoring game, I would be highly surprised just because of our offense. But and Brady's off. Brady's fucking look. Brady's amazing. By the way, I'm not taking away anything from Tom Brady because he's fucking incredible.
He's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But this may be his day to go down.
I know.
But in the game that you were at, how many drives did it take to score though? Was it 0 for a while or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it was quick.
So, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I
was
only
trying
remember
to-
us punting one time in the entire game.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. So so you got the Falcons.
I got
By how much? You got a low
Falcons.
scoring game? Give me a
I
prediction.
have a low scoring game. Like, I don't.
Give me a score.
14-2.
No,
No.
not even close. That's 2 touchdowns, Shapes. The over is 58. It's not going to be 14-3. I can tell you that much right now.
Well, they do call me Miss Football.
Oh God, yeah. No, all right. We'll hold you to 14-3. We'll hold you to 14-3. Maybe it is.
Hey,
Maybe it is.
Listen, it's happened.
Yeah, that Denver game was low scoring last year, but that was stupid what you just said. It was dumb.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I
You're welcome.
really
And
appreciate it.
14-3. Get the fuck out.
No, I was gonna say 14, and then like a 20, some kind of score in the 20s.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Don't ask me that shit, dude.
I'll give you fucking 20-14.
Move on, dude. We're done. We're done talking to Jessie
I'll give you
about
20-14.
Go fucking hang out with your boyfriends.
Yeah. And, all right. So we'll move on to the next my next fucking rage and anger of
thing
the
that's
evening.
firing you up.
Yeah, this fucking celebrity meltdown shit over Trump is starting to get really, really fucking crazy. We're on, I don't know, 18 days of protests and calling in and trying to block every fucking nomination. And just, there's the liberal fucking tears that are raining down. I've never seen anything like it.
But it's
the one
not
that was
going to end. Like, you realize that, right?
but I can't believe it. I can't.
No.
It has to end soon. Otherwise, because here's what's happening. People are hating the left so much. And if you keep crying wolf with all of this stupid shit, like trying to block pics of like Secretary of Education, who gives a fuck who the secretary? If you can name anyone in your life who, right now, gun to your head.
Yeah.
I got a Glock 19 to your head right now. No one can see it, but it do. Who was the Secretary of Education for Obama?
I'm pretty nervous right now. I don't know.
No, you don't know. I don't either.
You don't? Okay. I was like,
Who was it for Bush?
I don't know.
Me neither. Who was it for Clinton before that? Me neither. Don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. But yet online, the only reason I know this girl, and it's her last name, DeVos. No, DeVos or DeVos or however you're pronouncing it. That's how much I don't know about Secretary of Education, nor does anybody else in the world. Every fucking liberal is saying, let's protest DeVos. You got to get rid of DeVos. We can't have Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State.
Betsy DeVos, yeah.
Yeah, Betsy DeVos. So they're like, yeah, say no to DeVos. Call your fucking congressman. Say no to DeVos. Say no to Sessions. Say no to fucking Sessions, Speaker Sessions. Say no to this one. Say no to fucking this. Say no to fucking everyone. And it's like, dude, you keep protesting every last little goddamn pick and purpose and all this shit. Nobody's going to take you seriously at the end of the day. And people are going to hate you even more than they already do. Right now, everybody hates the left. Now it's getting so out of control and so much bigger that there's such a hatred behind this group that it's like, what the fuck do I want to, why would I ever vote Democrat for anything again in my life? Like, this is who you really are? Those kids burning down fucking UC Berkeley, like, and protest over a white, gay, Jewish YouTube star, and they burned down Berkeley and had riots. Beat the fuck out of some Trump supporter.
Not everybody is doing like
but they're all white.
Violent. Yeah.
You're white. You're going to UC Berkeley. You know how much it costs to go to UC Berkeley? It's about $50 a year. That means your parents are paying for everything because there's no fucking way you saved up for $50,000 a year.
Sure.
You're looking at a $200 to $250 education in the nicest, whitest, one of the nicest, whitest colleges in the United States of America, and you're going to protest because your presidential candidate didn't win? And not only that, but then you're going to riot. You're going to burn down your fucking Starbucks because of a YouTube star who voted for Donald Trump. You're going to burn down your Starbucks. You know, here's what I think the next morning was like for those kids. They woke up. They were like, oh, man, a crazy night. We fought the power. I need to get some coffee. Oh, shit. We fucking burned down our Starbucks. We have nowhere to go. Fuck, because they don't drink Black Rifle. They're drinking Starbucks.
No.
So not only do they not have the Starbucks, they're like, oh, I guess maybe we'll go to Pete's or fucking Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. They go to put on their Birkenstocks. Boom, still barefoot walking away. Oh, shit. What happened to my Birkenstocks? Oh, they fucking burned because all those fires you started last night burned off the leather shitty straps.
Was this Milo? No.
Yeah, it was Milo.
Okay.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
And again, like, what he said, he was like, who am I? Like, what did you accomplish? What did you accomplish? If I was Trump and you burnt it down, it's like, okay, you made a statement or whatever, but I'm just some person with an opinion.
Just a dude.
And I have no pull in Congress.
Zero.
Yeah.
So that's crazy to me. Then then the celebrity outrage, you have Sarah Silverman get on, and she's like, so after this protest goes down, she gets on Twitter and was like, yeah, this is what we need it to be. Now only, and this is her exact words, by the way, now only if the military will just get behind us, then we can stage a coup and overthrow this fucking fascist. And it was a completely dead serious statement. And then every man and woman in the military attacked her on Twitter and went after her and said,
sure.
Hey, man, not only did we vote for Trump, but there is not a fucking goddamn prayer we're going to stage a military coup because your fucking candidate didn't win. Are you joking me? Go fuck yourself, Sarah Silverman. Like, I can't, I'm shocked by it. Where you're just like, what? You think the military is going to get involved? You think any of these fucking protests matter? Do you think any of your fucking marches matter? Do you think any of your fucking phone calls matter? Your stupid fucking emails, your faxes, your goddamn stripper? Do you think any of that shit you're doing fucking matters one goddamn single bit to any person in Congress or the president of the United States? Fuck no, it doesn't. They could give a baker's fuck about what you're doing and where you're doing it. Because let's face it, the protests are fucking being funded by George Soros and outside funds who voted for Hillary Clinton, and they want the chaos to keep going because they think it's going to be helpful for their party in the long run and the benefit of the country, which it's not. Then, if you look at where the majority of the protests are happening, most of it is in New York and fucking California. New York and California, the problem with that is they live in such a tiny bubble. They've never been to the rest of the real world. They've never been to fucking Arkansas or Tennessee or Georgia or Louisiana, even Utah. God, that'd be too cold. It's not 75 here for the Californians. We can't go there. Therefore, all of their ideals and everything they believe in is fucking bullshit because they don't know a real person in America. And this is the first group of people where, look, I lived there for 16 years. So I know all these fucking people. Yeah. They're the first ones. The ones that are fighting against the Secretary of Education right now are the ones that live in Los Angeles who are putting their kids in private school to get away from all Mexican and Latino kids that go to public school because, oh, God forbid, that's a bad education. So if you go to LA, every single fucking person there that voted for Hillary and is a super liberal, they've got their kids in private school because they don't want to really fucking diversify their children and get them integrated with the rest. They're segregating more than anybody else is. And it's like, these are the ones that are protesting and marching against it and tweeting all day. It's real easy to tweet from a fucking Hollywood Hills home when you don't use any of the policies that were under Obama and that people were trying to get away from when they voted for Trump. Real easy then. But if you actually made them do shit, if you actually made Sarah Silverman sign up for Obamacare, give her the fucking bronze plan. Give Sarah Silverman the bronze plan on Obamacare, and you want to see what a real goddamn meltdown's like. Walk into the doctor's office, pay full price, and then not be able to get any of the fucking pills you wanted to afterwards. Then you'll have a real meltdown. Right. Then you'll take to Twitter and set fire to the fucking rain. That's what a real goddamn meltdown is. Not this stupid shit where we're going to march in Sundance or in an all-white neighborhood where there's no danger, there's no elements of danger, nothing's happening. Yeah, we're fucking doing something. I'm going to get my fucking vagina wig out of the closet and put that on and march down the street. Not just because I had it on me. Fuck you. And the others of the ilk. Lena Dunham is in that crowd, of course. And then there's some surprising ones that have popped up. Like Judd Apatow was really fucking surprising to me.
Well, but again, he's been melting down. I was telling you for a while,
but I didn't know.
Okay.
I was like, I thought it was a joke.
Been a slow burn.
But I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
So I actually went on there because you were the one who was just like, man, have you read this shit about Judd Apatow lately? And I was like, nah, man, I really haven't kept up with him that much on Twitter because, like, I use Twitter to communicate with anybody. Anybody who writes into me, I usually write them back. But I don't really follow anybody hardcore on Twitter. It's a separate side of the feed. I'd rather talk to people on Facebook. Mm-hmm. So I went to Judd Apatow's feed, and I went through all of his tweets. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
So he's, like, having, like, almost like a mental break.
Yeah, a full-on break, which it's almost shocking to see. His Twitter feed looks like what I imagine John Hinckley Jr.'s wall to look like with pictures of Jodie Foster. That's what fucking Judd Apatow's feed of Donald Trump looks like, where it's just like, oh my God, every 5 to 6 minutes there's an anti-Trump retweet or thing, and it's like
craziness.
Yeah, and he has, like, I would say like 2 or 3 million followers, and he's not getting very many more likes anymore because people are just like, bro. It's to the point where you're like, man, maybe you should reach out and physically ask him if he's okay. Because I feel that we're seeing someone's mental breakdown over like a president, and like I feel that way with a lot of people. I see it happening on Facebook and Twitter and things like that. And I'm like, man, what the fuck happened to you? And not just celebrities, friends. I've had, I would arguably say 3 best friends from college that no longer talk to me anymore because of the election. One is my own doing, strictly for the fact of he was Judd Apatowing it on Facebook, posting something anti-Trump every fucking 5 minutes. And he was like, what do you think about this, Ross? What do you think about this? Kind of goading me. And I was just like, I'll tell you what the fuck I think about it. Same thing. I give 0 fucks about, like, the election's over. To me, it ended in November. Great. God bless you. And that's it. Like, try again in 4 years. I don't want to, I'm not going to go through every fucking policy. I'm not going to go through every cabinet pick. I'm not going to go through every fucking rumor, fake news article, hearsay, whatever your fucking buddies told you at a goddamn dinner party at fucking Sugarfish. I don't want to hear that every day. I don't care. I don't want to keep up with that much. Like, I got other shit. I fucking entertain for a living.
Right.
I don't want to keep up with that every single second of the day. So finally, I just had to unfollow him, and he was like, hey, bro, are you okay? What happened? Whatever. And I gave him the truth. I just gave him the honest truth. And I just said, hey, man, I think you're starting to lose it, man, over this election and everything that's going on. And no lie, this is what he wrote back to me. He was like, look, man, I'm going to be fine. I'm a white privileged male. And, the system's already set up for me to be fine and successful. And I'm the one who's going to succeed under Donald Trump. And I was like, look, motherfucker, everybody's going to succeed. Like, hopefully everybody succeeds. And you using white, and I wrote him back and I was like, yo, you saying white privilege and all this shit. If you really fucking thought you were privileged enough and cared about the issues you were bitching about, you would take all the money out of your bank account right now and go ahead and give it to fucking either Syrian refugees, fucking these no travel ban families, or, immigrants that are illegally in the country. Go and help them out. There's plenty of them. He lives in Los Angeles. He could walk the streets, give out all of his fortune away to people. He's got a 6-bedroom house on the beach. 6 bedrooms. If he wanted to, he could go down. Yeah, fuck, you could have 20, 30 refugees living up in that motherfucker if you really wanted to help people out. If you really wanted to help out immigration, all that shit, fuck, you could put a family of 18 in there and they would sleep comfortably. Not only that, but they thank you for it.
Yeah, but they can't get in now.
Well, no, but in Los Angeles, there's immigrants that are already in. They're not. It's not like they're throwing them out. Right. So they're there.
Yeah.
They're there. And they're homeless and they're having problems. You can do all that shit if you want.
Right.
You can have them all live in your house. Shower with them. Let them use your bath.
But I mean, I don't want to do that.
Nobody wants to do anything. And that's
I just don't want.
That's the fucking issue. And it's like, the refugees versus, look, there is thousands of homeless veterans in this country. To me, somebody like that should be reaching out and saying, hey man, you know what? I'm going to help the people in America first. I'm going to help the fucking Americans first. Instead of some bullshit cause that doesn't exist here and that I know nothing about. And I want to help these people from another country, from another part of the world that I've never been to and never seen. But you won't help the people that actually live in your backyard, people who fought for this country. You won't help them out, but you'll help this other bullshit organization out. And that was it. That was the end of the conversation. I haven't heard from them since.
Right.
The other two friends, I think they just saw, things I'd posted at rallies or whatever on Facebook and Instagram. They don't listen to the show. Because look, let's face it, if they listened to the fucking show, they'd hate me even worse. They would have been probably not friends of mine.
Story. You are pretty outspoken about.
I'm outspoken about a lot of things, but at least I'm honest about shit. Like, this is how I feel, and that's it.
But that's okay.
And I'm also cool.
If your friends are like, I don't like that. That's the price you pay. And like we were talking about Howard Stern being a pussy. Now listen, the price you pay
I
for
know.
being fucking outspoken.
Totally aware of it.
Is that.
Totally aware of it.
Which you're not afraid to pay that price, but I'm just telling
I'm not,
you.
but here's the only thing that I wish from that. Because I don't care. Like, yeah, obviously if we're not friends now, then we probably weren't that close in the first place.
For sure.
That's first of all. Second of all, just tell me to my face or write me an email. At least that one guy wrote me a fucking email.
It was like, hey, dude.
Yeah. At least he wrote me an email. I wrote him back and I just said, hey, here's why I think you're a fucking idiot. And it is what it is. So at least like, dude, that friendship's gone, but I know why. I got an answer why. So does he.
Sure.
The others are just like shying away, like, they just vanished. They vanished over it.
They boycotted you.
I got fucking boycotted.
And this is how much good boycotting does.
I got boycotted by my own fucking friends.
No, but they think it's working.
Yes,
I told you,
people think this is really helping.
Top 5, because I'm a podcast nerd. So the top 5 on the charts right now, 1 through 5, is not anti-Trump, but Huffington Post and New York Times.
Yeah. Well, it's all anti-Trump.
Keeping it 1600.
Exactly,
So it's like undercover anti.
Is Keeping It 1600 a real show?
It is.
It's kind of a genius name.
It was.
It's kind of a genius name for a podcast.
They were actually 3 guys that worked for the Obama administration. And once Trump got elected, they left their very successful podcast and network and started their own anti-Trump.
Really?
Yeah. So Keeping It 1600 is still happening, but these guys couldn't handle it.
You're kidding?
So, yeah. So
was Keeping It 1600 part of the White House?
What do you mean part of the White? It was by 3 guys that worked in the White House.
Oh, the White House
Obama.
allowed them to have a podcast.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's cool. Actually,
they were correspondents.
Gotcha.
Like they weren't in actual government, but they worked for the administration, and so that's still happening. And so they had this weird split off. But anyways, the point is that they think, like, everybody thinks that it's working.
I know. And that they're doing something, and that by the way, that's the biggest.
You don't know what to believe in.
No, and that's the biggest problem with it is, so they think it's working, which it's not, because all these people keep getting passed through Congress. Right,
but certain things kind of go their way.
No,
no.
What name one? Just for an example.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But a lot of people think.
I think
my gosh.
they're kind of. They're seeing certain little concessions that I can't even give you an example, but they're seeing those as like a win, even though it's something that was going to happen anyways or
the
something.
The education department, right?
Sure.
That chick. 2 Republican senators flipped, and they were like, "Oh no, we're not going to vote for
stuff like that." They take
but it was
onus.
It was 2, and it was
just saying, like,
"Hey man," they were like, "It's working," and it was like, and the next day she got voted in, and it was just like, "That's it."
That's what I mean.
Because here's the thing: the GOP owns the House, presidency. Whatever's going to get fucking passed, they're going to pass it for the next 4 years. Nothing you can do about it. You can fight, you can cry, you can bitch about it all you want. The other one was the Supreme Court nominee the other night. They had the nomination.
Yeah.
Love what Trump did. 8 o'clock, put it on in prime time, brought out the Supreme Court justice like it was like it was The Apprentice. And we talked about this, as ridiculous as it sounds, and it was, when I sat back and watched it, because I watched it for the show, I will say this, by him doing that, put a special attention back on judges, put a spotlight back on judges, what an important job that is, and how long you have that job for. Because a lot of people, you don't realize it until you really sit back and think about it, but these Supreme Court justices have this job for 30 to 50 years. They're forever, and they're hard to get. I mean, you got to be Scalia. You got to die. You got to die out of it, essentially, or retire, get too old that you retire. Even then, there are some that have waited a full presidency, another 4 years of grinding it out, just so they know somebody else is going to come in and give this seat to somebody else. That's why all these motherfuckers are old as shit in there. So when he trotted out his guy, that Gorsuch guy, the other night, it put a new meaning and a nice like specialty on like, oh, that's right. Supreme Court justices, that's a massive job in the United States. It's a fucking hard job. You're upholding the laws of the Constitution. It's arguably one of the most important jobs in the United States of America, yet nobody has ever celebrated it like that. So to see it on there, not only does everybody know this guy's name, but now just watching it, because Trump went on primetime and every fucking network went on primetime. Right. I think, and this is just me personally, I think it's going to make kids who are coming up now, growing up now, saying, oh shit, I want to go to law school and I want to be a Supreme Court judge. Like, it's going to force you to shoot higher. They're getting recognition. You're starting to realize what an important job it is. And the Democrats are going to protest it. They want to block this pick.
Right.
So now every kid is going to think, holy shit, what's the job that is so fucking important in the United States that a whole party tries to block it? Like, fuck, that's an important
block it.
Yes, they're trying to block it.
Okay.
So they're all going to vote no. It's going to have to go to a House vote. It's not going to be pushed.
Because I read up on him, and he, everyone says he's what everyone unanimously says is he's a great guy. He's a great guy. Right?
Great guy, sticks to the Constitution.
But, yes, he does.
Not controversial. Nothing like Trump.
He's more right than Scalia.
Yeah.
A little bit right.
But on the Republican side, every single Republican, that was their choice. And they were shocked that Trump went with a choice that was their choice, where they were like,
sensible,
oh, shit.
And there were other nominees or whatever that were very hardcore, very conservative, very like, I'm overturning Roe v. Wade today. Yeah. And he was the best pick that could have happened.
And he was a safe pick is what he was. And it appeased everybody, so to speak. But then Nancy Pelosi gets on TV, the Democratic Speaker of the House, gets on the next day. And she's like, we're outraged. We're blocking this pick. So they're going to protest that one. That's going to drag out because he's still got to get the rest of his cabinet in there.
Well, they do have to have a hearing, right?
Yeah. But it's going to drag out for months.
Right.
That motherfucker will be lucky to get in there like 6 months. Like it's going to be crazy. For genuinely like a decent man, like it's absolute chaos. But I do think a lot of kids who watch that will grow up and be like, man, it's an important job again. And I think it was kind of a forgotten job. But Trump made this job in government important again, enough to show on primetime, where it's like, all right, shit, maybe somebody out there will want this job growing up again. Like, kind of like NASA. Like I remember when the Challenger and things like that were happening. They were updates about it every day. They were always on the news. They were always in primetime. Being an astronaut was sexy. It's a sexy job. It seemed impossible.
Didn't it?
You always wanted to be an astronaut. Every kid wanted to be an astronaut. It seemed like an awesome job because it was always on. It was always in prime time. They were showing, Cape Canaveral and all this shit. And you were like, oh, man. Then it disappeared. NASA's shit now essentially defunct. And nobody wants to be an astronaut anymore. But you bring something back around, throw them up in prime time again, I think it would change. I think kids want to be astronauts again.
Yeah,
And it'd be cool if there was, police and firemen. Like, let's start doing that next in prime time.
Making them the heroes
Yeah.
again.
I don't need to watch fucking, Malcolm in the Middle or whatever's on, I know that ended a while ago, but those shows of that ilk that are all the goddamn same, the Goldbergs. I don't even see the Goldbergs at 8:00. Show a fireman who saved the day. Show the FedEx guy who saved the day.
Right.
Let's show some real heroes and be like, all right, cool. Just for a half hour, Just have it be a half hour of like, these are great people in our country doing great shit.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, I hope that goes down eventually, or I hope that changes, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We will see, and we will be here.
Yeah, we'll be here
to talk about it.
And I think this celebrity thing is going to go to an extreme. I think something fucked up is going to happen. And do.
In what sense are you saying? They're going to do something crazy?
Or say something like, I think, because the word assassination is a no-no. And I think one of these assholes, like Sarah Silverman or Judd Apatow, somebody like that, who thinks they can get away with saying something like that, then it's going to fuck them really bad. I think it's going to fuck them really bad. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, we've all taken this too far. I think there's going to be a moment sometime during all of these riots and fucking protests and marches where they're going to be like, oh my God, we took this too far. And it's going to change the landscape of things.
Right.
But I don't know what it is. Because at this point, you can't keep doing this every goddamn day. They can because they don't work.
I think they can, yeah.
Yeah, because they don't work. But I think there's going to be one moment where something really fucked up happens. Somebody dies or somebody gets too threatening on the left, and that's going to be the defining moment of this, of like, oh my God, we've taken this too far. And that's my guess.
I think something I will argue on either side has to happen like that, where someone just takes it way too far in order for this to just like stop, right?
Yeah,
so
it
could be the Trump side as well. I'm not going to say that it wouldn't, but I think that
you never know. But my money right now is on that, because it's all violence and shit.
They're the most angry right now.
Yeah.
And what happened is
because everybody on the right has gone back to, great, I got to work. Yep. It's business as usual.
So they're not angry anymore.
No.
And so now it's the people that don't usually get angry, so they don't really know what to do with it.
Oh, it's a level of yeah, it's crazy.
They don't know the laws of what they can do and what they can't do and all this stuff. So they're it's like if it snowed in Wilmington, it's like we would not know how to drive.
No.
Like
people wouldn't. I would, but a lot of people wouldn't. What we're trying to say, kids, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant out there. And with that, we're going to get to the Drinking Bro of the Week. The Drinking Bro of the Week, man, who is this submitted by? Let's take a look-see, shall we? This was submitted by Philip Aubin. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Aubin. It's a weird last name, but I like it. Submitted by Philip Aubin. This is a broette this week. We got a broette in the house.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to nominate Jessica Valentine for Broette of the Week. A fellow drinking bro, Joshua Summers, made a post about his dog getting hit in a hit and run. And then again about the vet bill being too high, and he would most likely be put down, the dog. The dog would have to be put down. I made a comment about how long does he have to make a decision and how much the bill was. Jessica stepped in and made a payment to the vet, and Joshua Summers will be able to keep his dog. Her actions are both honorable and selfless. I want to make her broette of the week, and I hope we can all follow by her example. This is one of the best drinking broettes we've ever had. I'm going to go ahead and say that we've ever had on the show.
I love that.
What a fucking awesome story. Jessica Valentine, cheers. Cheers to you. And Philip, thanks for writing in. This was an unbelievable story.
I love when people do stuff like that without posting it everywhere too. Like,
yeah,
hey,
I didn't hear about this.
Just want to let you know I did this. Like, I think she just did it.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yes.
And just did it, which is fucking amazing and great.
And that's awesome because look, a lot of people, we have a dog. A lot of people's dogs are basically an extension of their family. So the fact that his dog gets to live. That's great. Jessica Valentine, way to go. That's fucking awesome. Man, I ranted a lot this episode.
You did.
I really want the fuck off. Sorry about that.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm not sorry.
I'm
not fucking
sorry.
sorry.
You're not sorry. I don't know if Jared would have let you or Matt would have let you. So,
Yeah, let me. It's
not
hard.
let you, but they would have been
It's
ranting
hard. Well, no.
as well.
Yeah. There's hard with 4 or 5 voices on the show.
Yeah.
But anyways, kids, we appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you had a happy Super Bowl. You're watching the game. Maybe it's the morning after. Maybe I've already predicted the score.
That would be crazy. I mean, we need to post something about
35,
that. Some kind of
30, what did I say? 34, 31? 34, 31. I'll go, 35, 31, 38, 35, somewhere in there. We're going to win by 3.
Okay.
That's my prediction. Falcons are going to win. Lady Gaga is going to come out in a fucking burqa. We'll see. We will see. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. For Jessie Wiseman, I am Ross Patterson. Please tune in to Black Hearted Podcast and then the Ross Patterson Revolution coming up here in 3 weeks. We love you guys. Stay safe out there. Happy Super Bowl, everybody! Woo!